Hey folks, how you doing? I've just realised what I did there. So if anyone was watching the countdown there, you might have heard me clearing my throat halfway through it, which might have been extremely odd. Um, I don't for the microphone always mutes itself when you put that countdown timer on, and then unmutes itself when it comes off. But I was just watching it count down, and then I saw my microphone muted, and I panicked. I thought, well, that's not meant to be muted. So I unmuted it, and then I kind of cleared my throat I made a noise to see if I could see if it was working. Um, anyway, that was a bit daft. How are we all? Is everybody doing okay? Is everybody having a good week? I Simon scrolled back to listen. I should have just kept my mouth shut, really, shouldn't I? Yeah, I've not been live on my channel for a few weeks because of this, or for a couple of weeks, I think it is, because of the issue that I've been having. Um, but I was live with Simon on Saturday, which was amazing. I suppose that actually we dual broadcasted. We broadcasted to both my channel and Simon's channel. So I suppose, strictly speaking, I was live on my channel. Um, but yeah, because of this issue I've been having, and it reared its ugly head during the live with Simon. But I um I managed to find a solution, like a kind of a workaround where I kind of a sign in from my phone instead, and that worked. So we'll just keep an eye on it. It might happen again, in which case I might need to switch over to my phone again. Um, so we'll just see how we get on. If it does start going all laggy, I won't just stop the live. I'll kind of try and I'll take a couple of minutes and try and get it sorted out on my phones so as that you can still see the table, so as that you can still see me, and so as that we can still kind of have our usual catch up. Just a bit more um, fiddly for me, I guess. So anyway, yeah, so far so good anyway. But it was okay to start with on Simon's when me and Simon were live. Let me go through and say hi to everyone that's here. We've got Laurie. Hi, Laurie. So Laurie's got a conflict, a schedule conflict, but is going to pop in later if she can. So thanks very much for saying hi, Laurie. That was lovely of you to pop in. We might see you later, just depending on when when you're free and when I'm live till. My lovely Deanne's here. Hope you're doing okay, Deanne. Coffee emojis. I've got my coffee here. And my Costa Pride cup. Um, what have I got in this? It's like a cappuccino, but I put like white hot chocolate powder in with it, and use some extra water and stuff. And plenty of sweetener and stuff as well. So it's nice. And I've also got a can of lemonade in case I get thirsty later on. What are all you guys drinking? Donna's here. Hi Donna, how are you? Our lovely Simon's here as well. Let's see. Simon, I was just watching your walk through the Phantom Wise. I got about halfway through it. So I'm pretty much I've seen your flip through the cards, and then you just started kind of giving your impressions of it when I had to come away from it. So I'm looking forward to catching that either later on, or I'll make Sophie watch it in the morning with me. Hi, Kristen, how are you doing? Got the lovely Sandra from Spirit of Avalon. Hi, Sandra. We've got our other Kristen Louise. So Kristen M, I think this might be the first I've met you. If it is, then welcome. Hi, it's lovely to meet you, and I hope you're doing okay. Thanks very much for popping in. Let's see, Robin from Toadstool Tarot nearly get put in time out there. My goodness, I accidentally pressed the three dots when I was clicking on your comment, Robin. So hi Robin, and sorry for nearly timing you out. Let's see, people are saying hi to each other. Donna. Simon likes the cup. Yeah, it's a nice cup. I got it during Pride Month, so that would have been June, wouldn't it? I got it at Costa. Sandy's actually got one as well, but we don't know where that's disappeared to. Um, so one of us has lost our Pride Cup, or it's in a cupboard at the back of a cupboard somewhere. Donna says, sorry for adding an extra I to your name, Simon. Oh, I never even got that. Kristen is drinking coffee from her Elvis mug. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I had a friend who called me Simeon, Donna. Danielle from Three of Cups Eclectic Tarot is here. Hi, Danielle. How are you? Let's see. Our lovely Jen is here with our new channel name, Inspiration Psychology with Jen. Hi, Jen. How are you? It's lovely to see you. I always love it when you can pop in. Robin is practicing getting ready to put me in time out. Well deserved, I'm sure. Oh dear. Um, Malamir's here. Hi, Malamir. Just saying a quick hi and bye is still working. Love to Chris and all. Oh, hi, Malamir. It was lovely for you to pop in. I need to get in touch with you about rescheduling our live that we were meant to do together. I don't know if you caught what I said, or if you're even still here to catch me saying it now about how my tech issues are still kind of a I'm still not sure if they're 100% sorted. I'm trying some workarounds. I don't really know 100% what it is. I basically use a docking station, so I do, and I switch between like my laptop when I'm working and my computer when for my own stuff. And the internet cable was always the internet cable, the Ethernet cable that was always connected into the docking station. But I have had some problems with the docking station, and it was last week Sandy said to me, maybe it's your docking station. Why don't you connect the Ethernet direct into your computer? So that's what I'm doing just now. Seems okay for now, but like I was saying, it was okay at the start when I was live with Simon. So we'll see how we get on. In any event, I have managed to find a workaround using my phone. So we will schedule the live. I won't be as flaky. We can just schedule it for whenever suits us both. And if I need to switch to my phone, then I can do that. So yeah, uh, lovely to see you anyway, Malamir, and I'll be in touch. Kristen, I've watched a couple of times, but silently. Well, it's lovely of you to say hi. Um, I know there are some people that like to just kind of um, that they like to just watch in the background, and that's absolutely fine. But it's always nice to you know, to be able to say hi to you, I suppose, directly, to be able to talk to you. Um, Nikki Preston's here. Hi, Nikki. How are you doing? Says hey. Um, Again, not sure if I've met you before, Nikki. Lovely to meet you. If this is the first time, Robin, Chris, I notice a fisheye lens on your camera. It doesn't distort you, but the edges of your room look like you're in a bubble under the sea. Yeah, it's a kind of a wide view camera that I've got. So yeah, probably will. Yeah, yeah, it's distorting them. You're right. Never really clocked onto that before. But it means you get to see more of my backdrop, my exciting backdrop, my shelves with lots of tarot decks. I'm in the middle of. Oh no, that's me moving in the way of it. I'm in the middle of rearranging my shelves, so you can't see it, but behind like the computer screens, I've got another cabinet there now, and I've moved all of my books, or pretty much all of my books, into there. There's some that don't fit, so it's freed up a lot of kind of a ducats. There's one down at the bottom here that's free now as well. I think, so I've put some. If I move Robin out the way, not move Robin, but move Robin's comment out the way. you'll see. So I have put some stuff in here. I've got my total tarot folders, this big tarot book that was too big to fit in the cabinet. I've got a ring binder, just religious stuff, and then that's just a it's a sketch pad. Um, so yeah, and there's like this is kind of, I don't got as much in it. So yeah, anyway, the point is I'm rearranging. I'm in the middle of rearranging. So I've got all of my oracles in here. So I have. And then that leaves just down here with just playing cards and Lenormands. So yeah, let's see. Nikki says, I'm good, thanks. Hope you're okay. I managed to catch a few of your videos here in sunny Wakefield in the UK. Oh, thanks very much for popping in and thanks for saying hi, Nikki. Hope you're well and that everyone else on here. Simon's saying, I've never been to Wakefield, Nikki, up north, right? Um, yeah, up north. It's not the best city, really. Ach, I'm sure it's all right. Every city's kind of a nice in its own way. Almost every city's nice in its own way. Um, right, I've got a couple of things I wanted to I thought we would chat about today. Um, the first thing I want to do is do a wee channel shout out. Now, this is not a tarot channel. I think he's actually mainly a gaming channel, but he's done a few videos on like mythologies and different religions and stuff. And I actually found this guy because I was looking for information on Ifa, on the Yoruba religion, uh, just because and this is where we tend to tend to hear about the Orishas from. I've been working with the Orisha tarot for a while. Have I got that here? Yeah, I do. So that's this deck here by Andrew McGregor. Or Andrew McGregor Obatalemi, it says on the front. Let me get you this YouTube channel. I'm trying to do too many things at once. Um, so that's the Orisha Tarot. I've also been watching. There's the Yami Oracle, I think it's called, that's recently been brought out. And Queen Nosset on Oya's Girl has had the creator on her channel. Uh, the creator's been is Aminat, the creator's called, I think. Um, they've been live together twice now, talking about the deck and getting really in depth, talking about Ifa and the kind of a Yoruba religion. Really interesting. I've been interested in it for quite some time, to be honest with you. So I I found this guy a while ago actually. I was looking for information on the Orishas and I found this YouTube channel. So his name's Caramel Drizzle TV. And I'm going to pop his channel in the comments. It's something a wee bit different. It won't be for everyone that's here because I appreciate probably most of the people that are here that follow me are probably because of they're interested in tarot. But he does have some interesting information on the Orishas. And yeah, go check him out. He's really, really good. So he is. He's quite young as well. I think he's a gamer, like I say. Um, and yeah, just seems like a really nice wee guy. Okay, so that was that. I also wanted to share with you. I got a new deck this week, and this is actually one that I just happened to find when I was browsing eBay. Of all things, I was just looking random tarot decks on eBay, and I found this deck, and I absolutely love it. And I think a lot of um, a lot of you guys might like it as well. It's very kind of a pagan-ish, like pagan themed. I think. It's called the Earth Whispers Tarot. And it's created by a lady called Angela Tubb. Now I'm going to post a link to Angela's website. I can shut these down as I'm getting them. you can go on and check out her artwork. This deck is it's really nice. The artwork really appeals to me. Let me show you some of the cards. Right, the cards are plastic, so they are. I think this might be one of only two plastic decks that I've got. In fact, what we'll do, let's go face down. Let's move the keyboard. So this is the box. It is a tuck box, but it's that nice kind of a thick, nice smooth matte style tuck box. So these are all shuffled because I have been reading with it this week. But the images are gorgeous. Um, and not only the kind of is the artwork nice, but what she's done with the deck is quite interesting. So I'm going to tell you a bit about it. I'm going to film a full walkthrough of this deck, by the way. So I'm not going to show all the cards just now. But yeah, let me tell you a wee bit about it, just to kind of it might pique your interest. So yeah, hi Kim, by the way, lovely to see you. It was the first that I'd seen of this deck as well. Um, I hadn't seen it anywhere. Once when I found it, I looked up YouTube to see if anyone had done walkthroughs, and I really couldn't find anything. So it was like a wee random find. I don't think it's really very well known. I could be completely wrong, but I've not seen it anywhere else. Um, so yeah, these are some. Look at that star card. Isn't she gorgeous? But yeah, let me because the structure of the deck is quite different. No, it's very much indie. It came in this beautiful black velvet bag, and there isn't like a full guidebook. There's just this printout with suggested keywords and meanings and stuff. So she has changed some of the majors. So instead of the Fool, we have the Earth Child. Instead of the Empress, we have Mother Nature. Instead of the Emperor, we've got Hierarchy. Strength is at 8 and Justice is at 11. The Wheel, instead of the Wheel of Fortune, we've got the Hanged One. We've got the Shadow Self rather than the Devil. Um, Now the suits are, instead of swords, we have Mind. Instead of pentacles, we've got Earth. Instead of cups, we've got Heart. And instead of fire, we've got Spirit. Now, I know a lot of us tend to associate the majors with Spirit, so that might throw you a wee bit. It's just something to be aware of, that it does the suit of Spirit is the suit of fire in this deck. Now, instead of aces, we have equinoxes. Equinox. What's the plural of equinox? Now, there's a question. So for the ace, or and if I'd thought this through, I would have looked out these cards for you to see them. But I think we actually might have saw one. Not sure. So for the mind suit, for the air suit, we've got the winter equinox. Um, we've got the autumn equinox for earth, the spring equinox for water, and the summer equinox for spirit or fire ones. And then the courts as well are different. You've probably clocked it if you've been looking at these. So instead of a king, we have a sage. Instead of a queen, we have an architect. In fact, I don't even know if they really do correspond strictly to the king, the queen, the knight, and the page, because they are so different. We've got a sage, an architect, a seeker, and then we have 4 festivals. We have the Festival of Imbolc, Festival of Beltane, oops, the Festival of Lammas, and the Festival of Samhain, instead of the pages. Um, so definitely check this out because I'm really enjoying working with it. The images are stunning, really interesting what she's done with it, and I think it might appeal to a lot of our group. So I wanted to share that I'm going to film a walkthrough and pop it up on the channel. If I do it this week, if I get it done in time this weekend, then it might come up on Monday. But if not, probably the following Monday before it'll go for the walkthrough. It'll kind of come up on my channel. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. So the Earth Whispers Tarot by Angela Tubb. Hey, so let me just scroll up. I'm going to catch the comments. So I'll put it back to my face. Yeah, that was where Robin had talked about the sides, so we caught that. Nikki and Simon were talking about Wakefield. Robin says, "Is that a new T-shirt? What does it say?" So it's newish, Robin. I got it a few months back when I was at a kind of a witchy fair, and it's actually a tarot card. It's the Magician, and it's really cool. I've got the Death one as well. So I was talking about this company a few weeks ago. It's a company called it's Saikou, Seiko or something. Um, they do T-shirts, and they've basically got an entire major arcana of T-shirts. They don't have the minors. But I was talking to him and I was telling him that he should release a majors only deck of the images, because with the T-shirt you get like a wee. It's not like proper tarot card stock. It's just like it's one up from paper essentially. I've got them in my bedroom drawer actually. If I remember next week, I'll bring them through and show you. But they could make a really cool tarot deck out of it, I think. But anyway, yeah, that is a new T-shirt. Kim, I caught your I saw you when you were saw the deck, but it's lovely to see you. It really is, and I enjoyed. I caught just the tail end of your premiere earlier on. I did respond to your comment, but I think I was a bit late because I was having an argument with my dog. So I did respond. I think I said, "Yeah, I'm going live," and oh, don't worry, I love the hair chat. Um, but I'm not sure if it transmitted. I think I might have been a wee bit too late. Uh, Tarot Roulette says, "Hi, hello everyone. Good morning from Australia." Good morning, Tarot Roulette. Lovely to meet you. I hope that you're doing okay. It's the first time you've been able to catch a live. I thought that. Well, welcome. It's lovely to see you. Oh, Sandra saw this on eBay too, and you were thinking about it. I would definitely recommend it, Sandra. I'll try and get a walkthrough of it up sooner rather than later, in case you want to see all the cards before you, because I know you don't really see very many of them on eBay. I'm not sure whether her website has more. I'll be honest, I saw it on eBay and I bought it before I'd properly checked it out on her website. It was one of those ones where I thought, no, I need to get that. Uh, did someone say a pagan themed tarot? Kim says, feeling good and happy to have a moment to just soak in some good. Hope you're all well, Simon. It's so good to be here with you today. Oh, so sweet. Yeah, Donna hadn't heard of it before either. Uh, Lynn Hayes is here. Hi, Chris. I'm very late joining in. You're not late at all. Don't worry. I've only been live for about 20 minutes. So don't worry. We were just killing time until you got here, Lynn. Welcome. It's lovely to see you. Let's see. I see she has 250 only decks released. Uh, all the best witchy fairs are either down south or in Edinburgh, says Nikki. This one was actually in Glasgow, believe it or not. This one was, yeah, it was in city centre of Glasgow. Can't remember the name of the place that it was in. We really struggled to find the place actually. We almost gave up because we went round the block in a circle, and it turned out you had to basically go up an alleyway and in a side door. Um, so yeah, yeah, it was a bit dodgy, uh, I mean, it was fine. It was like a genuine place, and it was great. Like, it was brilliant inside. The way they had it all done up, and there was a tarot reader there, a tarot reader and palmist. I got my palm read for the very first time, um, and yeah, yeah, I got my cards read as well. He read Lenormand and tarot for me, so it was like a three in one. I got a palm reading, a Lenormand reading, and a tarot reading. Really enjoyed it. There's a guy called Calum. He's on um, he's on Facebook. He doesn't have YouTube. He's on Instagram and he's on Facebook. In fact, let's see. Can I find? It's Fortune by Calum. I'm sure it is Fortune. There he is. So if I share this, sorry, you're being treated to uh, share this profile. Oh, can I not just copy it? Here we go. Try and find it on here. Sorry, talk amongst yourselves. Don't you just love Little Nas X? Um, Facebook, Insta. Right, here is a link to his Insta page. So he's from Edinburgh. He's from Scotland. Um, I think he's the most well-known palm reader in Scotland, as far as I'm aware. But he was really good. So Deanne says, "Hello everyone. Again, I'm here, but Ryan is having." Tell Ryan we said hi. Um, let's see. Oh, Kristen's ordered the deck. Brilliant. Uh, Robbie's here. Hi, Robbie. How you doing? Was talking to Robbie before I came live. See that's what that looks like to me, Debbie. I'm just getting the actual words. Oh, Nikki, you're following him on Instagram. Brilliant. Yeah, and I'll tell Ryan I said hi, and Debbie says hello everyone. Didn't mean those emojis. My husband was talking to me. No, that's okay. Hi, Hi, Debbie. How are you doing? Um, right. I thought today I would, since I've tried so many times and I keep having bad luck with it, I'm going to try again uh, to finish off going through the total tarot decks. So this isn't full walkthroughs of the decks. It's just a quick flip through and to quickly show them. So I think I tried to show the Celtic tarot last time, but it seriously failed because of the lagging issue. So I'm going to quickly show this again. So this is the Celtic tarot. This is shuffled actually. I don't remember shuffling this. Oh wait, did I do readings with it actually? So yeah, the Celtic tarot. Let me just get that's a wee bit better. So these are the backs. The what's this called? The Triskel, the Triscally or something. And yeah, so the cards are actually quite nice. If if that's your kind of a aesthetic it is. I think it is digital art. Justice is quite cool. That is kind of a more or less Smithwaite style, maybe more with a kind of a Celtic pagan type theme to it. So it's probably actually this could probably be quite comparable to the Druid craft. That's pretty cool. Lovely Three of Cups, Queen of Cups. So yeah, quite nice. If you like digital art and you're into your kind of a Rider-Waite Smith style decks, maybe with more of a kind of a Celtic twist, then this is this is probably quite a good deck for you. Um, ooh, Ten of Swords. It's quite a handsome Ten of Swords, isn't it? Let's just have a wee closer look at that, shall we? Don't say I'm not good to use. Hermit. We always love to see the Hermit, don't we? A very tranquil Knight of Wands, which is not something that I'm used to. It's actually riding a unicorn, isn't it? But yeah, normally the Knight of Wands is like all energy. Okay, that is the Universal Celtic Tarot, and I want to tell you who created it, but that's one thing about the Total Tarot kind of boxes. They don't give you the creator's details. I wonder if it's on title. See, no, look, it's not even on the title cards. So that's quite disappointing. Um, but yeah, it's maybe if I looked through the magazines that came with this deck, then it would be somewhere in there. But they should be putting that in the box. You would have thought, sure. So that came with part 16 and 17. I think 18 and 19 is the next one, and that's the Arcanum Tarot. So that's this one. And again, creators' details aren't on the box. Now, if I did any kind of planning for these lives at all, then I would have looked up the creators' details before, and I would have had that information to disseminate. But I don't, and I didn't. So that's my bad. Backs are quite nice. Um, Let me just catch up with the chat. I'll like slowly turn the cards whilst I'm doing that. So Debbie says, Jen, Australian spider webs are a whole other animal. Nicky's laughing. I think that's me showing the handsome Ten of Swords man. Uh, I hope not a deadly Australian spider. How did Jen mention a spider? Hi Debbie, and hi to all I've missed. I've been dealing with a spider. Oh yeah, yeah. Be careful, don't you? Yeah, somehow this one spanned over the top of my coffee cup as well as behind me on my chair. Now I'm paranoid that he's set up home in my hair or something. Oh, don't say that, Jen. Oh, don't say that. You make me feel itchy and everything. Um, I said I was going to flip through the cards as I was talking, and it didn't happen. Those total tarot decks don't come with little white books, do they? No, they don't, Robin. But the magazine. Let me oh, let me get this out. Oh, what's that? Oh, that was for the. So the magazine that goes with. So basically, you get two parts each month. So we said 18 and 19 was what the Arcanum Tarot came with, right? So here's part 18, and in here it does go into the deck itself a wee bit. Let's see. saying it. Here we go. So the Arcanum Tarot, and then we essentially get what probably the information that would be in the little white book in the magazine. And there's some information about the deck as well, actually. So just quickly casting my eyes down to see whether it tells you who created it. Not immediately obvious. So yeah, no little white book, but you do get this, which is, which is all right. Um, Jen says, no, the main ones around me are pretty harmless. Oh, that's okay then. That's fine. I only got to magazine three, says Tarot Roulette. Um, Even though I can't get these, I'm happy to see what I've been missing, says Robin. Lynn says, do you want to keep both copies, Sandra? I would be interested. Oh, there you go. Right, let me put this back in the cupboard because now the cupboard door is open behind me and it's digging into my chair. Okay, Hermit card. It's very Ciro Marchetti in my opinion. I don't think it is Ciro, is it? The Arcanum Tarot. It is really his style. Sandra says, I have the original I bought and then the one that came with Total Tarot. I don't actually need both. It's quite a cool death card. It looks like the Nazgul. Nice temperance with the fire and water there. Devil's quite cool. Uh, Stars, lovely. The moon. Um, Tarot Roulette, great to catch you once again. Got to get my morning started. Take care. Thanks again for these good flip throughs. Oh, you're welcome, Tarot Roulette. Thanks very much for popping in and saying hi. That was nice of you. Yeah, that Sun card is very cheap. Is this a Ciro Marchetti deck, people? Someone tell me. I suppose I could just look it up myself. But, um, but yeah, like, have a look and tell me what you think. Oh, the lagging has started. You see it? We'll see how we get on. I know you can. I'm pretty sure you can still hear me, okay? But if we need to, then we can take a wee break and we can change over to the two phones. Let's see. Donna says, "Don't think it's a Chiro deck." Brian, hey everyone, great to see you, Chris, and everyone in chat. Hi, Brian, lovely to see you too. How are you doing? See, that just screams Chiro Marchetti to me. Do you know what I mean, though? Is it just because it's digital art and he does a lot of digital art? It's not Chiro. Okay. Right. Let's just skip a few bit of Four of Pentacles action. Nine of Pentacles in the garden. Let's see. Some Wands cards. Got our Two of Wands. Five of Wands. Tug of War. That's quite cool. Let's see if we've got some swords too. Love a good Two of Swords. The three, we have the sword going through the rose there. Ten of Swords. And I think our courts go Page, Knight, Queen, and King in this deck. So yeah, that's the Arcanum Tarot. That comes with 18 and 19. The next one, which comes with 20 and 21, is the Tarot Illuminati. Now, believe it or not, guys, I've never had this deck before. This is the only copy of this deck that I've got. Um, every now and then I'll look to see whether I can get one of the older borderless gold gilded copies of this. Um, I've never really been that like I've never went out of my way to get one of the kind of oh, that's the backs, the bordered editions. Although I mean it's nice enough, but I like I think this is a deck that's suited being borderless in my view. So those are the backs. And yeah, I think look, mostly everyone will know what this deck looks like. Will be familiar with it. It is very Rider-Waite Smith, um, in its structure and its images. If I remember correctly, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Let's have a look. So cups, yeah. I mean, like, I think it's digital art, isn't it? Again, but it might be kind of a. I guess look, that looks like the same person that's modelled for both of those cards, doesn't it? Four and the Five of Cups. Excuse me, having a good yawn to myself. Ten of Cups is nice. Uh, Renata Lechner is the creator, says Donna. Thanks very much for looking that up, Donna. Um, Kim says it does have a Chiro vibe. Yeah, it does. It did, didn't it? The Arcanum Tarot. Ten of Pentacles. Lovely card. Does anyone else read the Ten of Pentacles? Like I, ever since I read what Rachel said about it being the Odysseus story, I find it hard not to read it as like kind of the younger generation not appreciating the older generation. You know, not respecting their elders. Um, that was that was another thing about the chat with Amanat and Queen of Set. They were talking about the Anifa ancestors and elders are very much respected. And that was one of the things that Amanat had said was change your view on something about how you know it's helpful to change your view, or it was about understanding the kind of a maiden, mother, and crone in Ifa, and to understand them, it helps to change your viewpoint on age and elders and you know the way she's structured the deck is she's put the crone, the mother, and then the maiden. So the crone comes first. Um, when I was watching that, I watched that back. I didn't see that when they were live, and when I was watching that, I was making a cup of tea. I was making two cups of tea for me and my husband, but because I was so gripped on their chat about the three, the maiden, the mother, and the crone, I ended up. I looked down and I had three cups of tea, all made. Well, not all made. I'd started making three cups of tea, and I was like, "Oh shit, what am I doing?" And it was because I was so intensely gripped in what they were saying about, about the three. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that always kind of a reads to me as like, the younger generation isn't showing due respect to the older generation, and quite often it's the older generation that's handed down the 10 pentacles, all of the wealth and the stability, the structure, the roof over the head that we associate with the 10 earth card. Quite often it's the older generation that's worked hard to provide that. And sometimes it just feels like that's maybe not being appreciated. Um, let's see, I think, yeah, wands next. And then some swords cards, shall we? See, there's a Knight of Wands card. The knight is the horse is up on two legs. It's expending all this energy. That's what I normally expect to see from a Knight of Wands card. Beautiful. Three of Swords. Uh, 7. He's doing a cute wee jump there, isn't he? Uh, and the Ten of Swords. So, as I say, very Rider-Waite Smith, and we have Princess, Prince, Queen, and King as our courts in the Illuminati. Brian's doing great. Good stuff. Glad to hear it. Simon says back now. Sorry, took a call. No worries, Simon. I just won another deck on Tarot Oracle. The Fallout Tarot. It's a kitschy pip deck, but I love the game. Oh, that's really cool. You must be quite lucky then, Donna. Debbie. It's because Donna's made the next comment. I was looking at her name. Um, you must be quite lucky then, Debbie. I think I need to remember this. Um, same creator as the Thelema Tarot. Right, okay. The Thelema was one of the other ones that you get in the Total Tarot subscription. It's one of the earlier ones. Right, we've got two more. What time am I on? I'm on 9:47. Perfect. This is the only copy of Illuminati that Sandra has too. The lag. Clearly the cable right into the computer didn't quite do the trick then, eh? Although it's gone away again. Touch wood, fingers crossed, maybe it'll hold up. Let's see. Moonlight Musing says hello all. Good evening, Moonlight Musing. It's lovely to meet you. Hope you're doing okay. Let's see. Moonlight Musing says, does anyone know of any cards similar to Heaven and Earth? The Baroque is super dark. Anything that's similar to Heaven and Earth? I'd need to think about that one, to be honest with you. Heaven and Earth I've got Heaven and Earth. It's quite a nice deck. I'd got it because I think it actually has the astrological correspondences on it. And I'd got it for that reason, because I was wanting to work with them. But the problem with Heaven and Earth is it's very thick cardstock and it's quite difficult to riffle shuffle. My hands get quite sore after a while of riffle shuffling it. So yeah, but it's a nice deck. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, is there anything similar to it? See, there's decks like Corduroy. Is that his name? Uh, Gerardo Roy. He's made the Murder of Crows tarot. He's made the one that I just recently got, the Dark Side of Tarot. They maybe have a similar vibe, but I would probably say that these are a wee bit darker than the Heaven and Earth. What do you guys in the chat think? Is there any that you think are similar? Robin, you say, when I see the Ten of Pentacles, I think of crowded house and the dream is over. Uh, Kim, I enjoyed that live very much, Chris. Aminat and Queen Osset had lots of nuggets of wisdom. Yeah, yeah, they really did. It was really good. Um, yeah, it's just really, I love listening to people talking about something that they're really passionate about. Um, so yeah, you can tell that they're both really passionate about um, Ifa and the Yoruba religion. So yeah, like I say, I was absolutely gripped. Um, Nikki says, I've never thought of the Ten of Pentacles like that. Might have to look more into that. Good way of looking at it. Yeah, it was it's 78 Degrees of Wisdom. Rachel Pollock talks about it. And yeah, talks about the story of Odysseus. And yeah, since I read that, I've kind of always seen it that way. Not like, I mean, I don't always read it that way, but it's always in my mind when I see that card. I could see that as a shadow aspect of the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely, Donna. Debbie is queen of winning decks. Yeah, Kim says Lady Luck is on your side. I won because I knew how many jelly baby flavors there are. Oh, very good. Well done, you. I wouldn't have known that. Um, Nikki says, I have the Baroque and haven't fully used it yet. It's so nice. I quite like a dark deck. Yeah, dark decks can be nice. I do like colour. I have to admit, I bounce a lot off of the colours in a deck. So as much as it's kind of a nice and refreshing to read black and white decks and whatnot, um, I do still I could never give up my colourful decks. Let's see, some people who like Given and Earth also like the Darkness of Light tarot. It comes in a nice linen finish cardstock now. Darkness of Light. I've not got that one actually. Right, two decks to go. The next one is the Visconti tarot. And it's it's the same size as all of the decks. I think are the same size. Oh, and look at that! I've not even opened this one yet. So there we go. You get to see the back of the card straight away. So let's open this together then. I do have the Golden Tarot, which is a version of the Visconti Sforza. And this is just a kind of a more manageable size. But it's a beautiful deck. So yeah, this is probably a deck that most of us have seen. Like maybe not this particular one, but the Visconti Sforza is probably a deck that most of us have seen. This is quite handy because it has the titles on it. And that's one thing about like the Golden Tarot. If you buy like the more the copies that are that are bigger and they try and stick more to what the original was, they don't have titles on them. So you need to know the deck quite well in order to read with it. So it's a really, I mean, it's beautiful. This is like credited as being the very first tarot deck, so it is. And I know that the tarot historians among us might not agree with that. I think there's a bit of debate over which deck was actually first. Um, the Carrie Yale one, um, potentially, or I can't remember. It's gone. But yeah, there's another one. It's usually Justin that I talk to about these things. I'm quite good friends with Justin, and he's right into his tarot history. But yeah, the cards are really kind of a beautiful for what they are. There's some of the cards that that have been lost to time and have been recreated each time a creator's made the deck. Um, the devil being one of them. Um, Sun, Judgment, and then the World. And it's a pip deck, so if we look at the minors, we've got pips, but it's not your Marseille style pips because, of course, this predates Marseille, Tarot de Marseille, and it's an Italian deck, so you'll see that the pips are arranged differently. Although that's how the Ten of Cups is arranged in TDM. We have Page, Knight, Queen, and King. Have our Pentacles, our Wands, and our Swords. That's our Page, our Knight, our Queen. Oh, attack of the dog, and our King. So that's the Visconti tarot. Nikki says, Donna, I love linen finish on cards. It shuffles so good. Yeah, it does. I did a walkthrough of the Phantom Wise tarot just recently, and that has nice linen cardstock. Oh, thank you. Um, and yeah, it's kind of it's very similar, if not the same. Excuse me, as Tarot of the Divine. Um, but yeah, beautiful linen cardstock, really nice to shuffle. Sandra said, I've not opened mine either, right? I don't feel as bad then. Donna's got so many versions of the Visconti Sforza, so I've only got that one that I just showed you and the Golden Tarot, which I think is down at the bottom here, bottom corner. This one. Those are the only two that I've got. Um, I'd love a Neo Meneghello one, but maybe one of these days. It's just, that way it's one of those ones where it's I don't read a lot with these decks, with the Visconti decks. So if I was getting it, it would probably be as like um, like a collector's piece rather than something to read with. And it's a lot of money for something that I'm not going to use, like be using all the time. I say all that. Maybe I would get it and then I would love it and read with it constantly. Who knows? But yeah, that's the only thing that kind of gives me pause with that deck. And you know, it's a similar issue with a lot of decks, isn't it? I got my first Visconti Forza a few weeks ago, says Deanne. Well, what one? Or my first Visconti even. I had to do a little something for myself, Sandra. Quite right. You deserve it. I'm not a big lover of pit decks, says Nikki. Yeah, I like both. I like fully illustrated and I like pips. Particularly love Tarot de Marseille. Um, the Tattoo Tarot is another one that I really like. There's pips. Yeah, there's definitely a space, a lot of space on my shelf for pip decks. I'm quite a logical brain, quite a So I like the idea of having the numerology and the elements and putting everything together and that kind of a thing. Um, this is the final one that I've got to share with you, by the way, the Fairy Tarot, which comes with parts 24 and 25, and this is the latest one that I've received. Sounds like I've not opened this one either. No, I've not. So let's open it together. So we can see there we've got hearts. So it looks like we maybe get playing card picks, or maybe that's just in place of one of them. Um, Donna says Visconti Sforza, Carrie Yale, aka Visconti di Madrone, the Brambilla. Yeah, yeah, that's the one that I was trying to think of, Donna. Um, Bembe or something. Aye, yeah, that may well be the word that I was trying to think of. Uh, since the devil is missing from the original, it always needs a replacement. So got several versions in the process of chasing the perfect devil, says Donna. Oh, that's cool. I love that. So which is your favourite devil, Donna? Uh, Sandra says, I do have the Pierpont Morgan, I think it is. Is that the US Games one, Sandra? Brian says, I really want to find one of the Il Meneghellos Forza decks from the 90s. One like Simon has that came in the book style box. Yeah, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? Um, okay, the Fairy Tarot. So, oh, this is quite different. So there's our Fool, our Magician. That's quite cute. Priestess. So we're not getting titles, we're just getting the numbers here. Empress, Emperor. I've got to admit, I'm not hating this. There's something quite cute about it. So we've got Justice there at 8. The Hermit, Man in his tree. Oh yeah, and the backs as well. I never showed you the backs, did I? That. Yeah, Strength is at 8, is at 11, and Justice is at 8. So Death card, again, that's quite cute. I will be honest with you all, I did not expect to have much time for this deck, but like I say, I don't hate it. In fact, I think I really rather like it. Like, it's quite cute, and I like that. A very bendy trumpet that she's blowing, isn't it? Excuse me, I'm not sure if the microphone picked that up. Oh, that's a strange world card. Yeah, so let's look at the pips because we had hearts on one of them, didn't we? So is that bells? So is this the kind of a what country was it that had these old kind of a different playing card pips? So it's kind of a pipish, but you've got scenes down the bottom. Thing. So that kind of looks like bells to me, but might be something different. Let me know what you think. Hearts, 9, 10. Oh, that's quite dark. Or are they just sleeping? It looks like they're on a big burger. Hearts, leaf. Yeah, these look like those different playing card pips to me. Reading them off. And then acorns. So that's the fairy tarot. And those are all the total tarot decks. Um, so yeah, what do you think? Do you think it's worth subscribing to? Like Sandra, what do you think? Because you're right there with me, aren't you? Or have you unsubscribed? Um, Definitely some really nice decks in amongst there. Some that surprised me. Um, some that I didn't expect to like. Just to be clear, I don't. I think you can. It does tell you in each magazine what you're getting next time round. I don't tend to look to see. I like to be surprised. Um, Although I probably should look and see, and because no doubt one of these days I'm going to get a deck that I've already got, or one that I really don't like or something. And I should really cancel it before. But anyway, um, so what time are we on? We're at just after 10. Let's do some readings. Let's use the Wild Unknown because I've been reading with this today and I've been enjoying it. Just for a wee change. Right, not just today. I've been reading with this week. I've also been using the Animal Spirit cards. The Wild Unknown's got beautiful, kind of a silky, smooth cardstock. It's really nice. If anyone wants a reading, then if you've got a question and you want a reading, then pop it in the chat. I normally say capital letters, but to be honest with you, it doesn't need to be because I'm sure I'll catch it anyway. And if I don't, if I miss it, then I'm sure everyone will let me know. So if you have a question for the cards, then stick it in the chat. Um, we can kick off with a general reading, shall we? Um, okay. There's some people popping in. I suppose 10 p.m. for me is 5 p.m. in the Eastern US. So maybe there's people in Eastern Standard Time that are just getting off of work. Uh, or maybe I'm just. Oh no, no, yeah. No, so Ange D popped in. Hi Ange, it's lovely to see you. And Laurie came back as well. Hi Laurie, how are you doing? We're still here. Um, Debbie has a frivolous question. Oh yeah, I was going to do a general reading first, right? I'm going to start this. Uh, Shuffling away, and I've not decided what I'm going to read for actually. What I'll do, I'll kick off just by reading the questions that you guys have put in the chat. If I think of a kind of a general type reading that we could do, then we can do it once I've answered all the questions in the chat. And if not, then we'll just pull a card for the weekend as usual. So the first question's from Debbie. Debbie says, dress shopping this weekend. Will I finally find a dress to wear for my son's wedding? When is your son's wedding, Debbie? Can I ask? Um, 'Cause that's exciting. June the 23rd. Oh, so you've still got um, a wee while to find something. Although you don't want to be leaving it to the last minute. I get that. Okay. Will Debbie finally find a dress to wear to her son's wedding this weekend? I'm interested in how these are going to answer this, to be honest with you. Especially with it being the Wild Unknown Tarot, there's no humans in it. So, yeah, let's see. Oh, the Son of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. Do you know what, Debbie? I want to say yeah, actually. The son, that's your son. That's your son getting married, so it is. Um, and the message of the Son of Pentacles is quite often like kind of a slow and steady wins the race. You know, it's like be patient. The right dress will come along when the time is right. Um, but do you see how we've got like the butterfly is showing off? Is it a butterfly or is it a moth? Whatever it is, it's showing off its beautiful wings. So it's like, look at me. And then see how the way the Four of Pentacles is kind of arranged, it's almost got like a kind of a humanoid shape. So it just feels like yeah, it feels like you're getting your dress, you're going to show it off and say, look at my beautiful dress, not unlike the way this butterfly is showing its wings. And potentially here we're looking at a butterfly that's just out of the pupa. Do you know what I mean? So it's like stretching its wings for the first time. That is the two, it's an early number, it's the Two of Pentacles. So you can imagine this is stretching its wings out for the first time. It's kind of like you trying on that dress for the first time. And then just kind of seeing how it looks on, how does it feel on, all that kind of a thing. So that's what this feels like to me. I want to say, yeah, you are going to find the dress, or you're going to find a dress, a good contender. And I think the message that you're getting is just be patient about it, and don't worry about it. As long as you are kind of doing the work and looking, then you'll find the dress for you. But everything's looking great. And with these being all Pentacles cards, it might be a wee bit of an expensive dress, but don't tell Mr. Debbie that. Just about a zero. It's fine, he'll not know. Um, yeah, well, the sun. You're very welcome, Debbie. So let us know how you got on, and if you do get a dress, then send pics. Um, I'd love to see what you get. What is your son going to be wearing? That was my dog doing a big bark. She's not a very barky dog, so usually when she barks, something's up. I actually text Sandy and make sure she's okay. Maybe it wasn't my dog. Might have been coming from outside. Um, he's wearing a black tux. Oh, that'll be really nice. It'd be very smart, baby. Um, excellent. Right. Well, good luck finding the dress. Just remember the right dress is going to turn up. You just kind of need to be patient and wait for the right time. Uh, Nikki says, could I have a general work related reading, please? You sure can. Like to get a wee riffle shuffle in. Okay, so let's have a look at Nicky's work. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. An ace in the situation position suggests to me that there's maybe new opportunities that are around about you right now. Have you started a new job or are you looking to start a new job? Um, this could also be not so much about the job that you're doing, but more about the financial side of it. I suppose we are kind of a coming to we're coming up to year end, aren't we? Kind of, couple of months away. So maybe there's going to be a kind of a decent pay rise in it for you. I don't know. Are you starting to find out about performance ratings and things like that? I'm not sure. Ace of Pentacles, new potential energy, and maybe a wee kind of a cash injection, that you know that might be quite helpful. You get the Father of Cups and your advice position, and that to me is about being diplomatic. It's about being the negotiator. It's about so to me, if you've got cups coming up in a career reading that's talking about either if you work in customer service, it might be talking about the work you do, with your customers, but also the, interactions with your colleagues as well, and with clients and stuff like that. Um, so think about your interactions with your customers, your clients, your colleagues. Um, the Father of Cups is asking you to be, um, you know, be the kind of the sensible one, be the cool head that everyone can turn to, when things are getting a wee bit difficult, when things are maybe getting a wee bit heated. Be the diplomat. That's what it's asking of you. And your kind of your outcome card. You've got the Chariot, which for me is a really really positive sign in a career reading. The Chariot kind of shows that you're going places. It shows that things are moving forward, in a really positive direction. It shows you kind of just generally taking control, grabbing the bull by the horns and taking control of everything, and really kind of driving your chariot forwards, as it were. And again, do you see how we had the Ace of Pentacles here, and then the Chariot's got that pentacle around its neck? So I feel as though finance is important here. There's something financial about this reading. So maybe there has been a pay rise, or maybe you've got a new job where you're being paid more, or something like that. Keep your eye on it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then just keep your eye on that. Have a think about, your compensation just now. Have a think about your what you're getting paid. Is it right? Are you being paid fairly? Are you being paid for the amount of work that you do? Um, if not, then this might be the time to kind of like I say, be very diplomatic about it. Be very kind of like it's not a confrontational thing. But now might be the time to have that conversation, have that communication with your superiors, with your boss, whoever. Um, and yeah, if you're if you think that you deserve it, then ask for that pay rise. You know, um, just something to think about. I hope that was helpful, Nikki. Um, let's see. Hi, Regina. How you doing? I've been in residential childcare for about 7 months now, says Nikki. Okay. And how are you enjoying it? That's it takes a really kind of a special type of person to be able to do any type of care work, I always think. Um, so yeah, no, that's really admirable that you do that. Do you enjoy it? Is it you know, I'd imagine it if it's your kind of thing, then it could be really fulfilling. Um, it's good to know. Right. Okay. Good. Good. Just keep your eye on things, and you know, keep that king father of cups in mind. King of cups or father of cups. You know, he never loses his temper. He's always really good at diffusing situations. So always very tactful. You know, and just yeah, have that energy in mind in all of your interactions. And if it is that kind of a conversation about pay that needs to happen, just channel that King of Cups. Um, okay, next one. I've got the lovely Jen who says, I'd love a general reading on what my next 2 weeks is going to look like. Excellent. Okay. So the next fortnight. Right, we're going to split this down by the elements, Jen. So for fire, we've got the star. For air, we've got the Seven of Wands. For water, we've got the Five of Cups. And for earth, I've got the Four of Swords. So I suppose let's start at the beginning, right? So for fire, we've got the star. Now, fire, if just looking generally, if we're taking an overview at life, everyday life, then fire might talk probably most likely about your career. But fire for me is things that spark our passion, so it's our career, it's vocations, it's things that we're passionate about, it's things that we find ourselves thinking about most of the day. If you're, for example, if you're planning a wedding, then that would be your fire. That's probably what your fire element is most likely going to hone in on, because it's the thing that's taking up all of your energy. Whatever your fire is, Jen, we've got the star. So things are looking great. There's lots of guidance there for you if you need it. If you've maybe been through a bit of a difficult time, then the stars are really kind of a positive sign of healing. There's an opportunity to heal there from whatever bullshit's gone on in the past. Um, but that's maybe your job, whatever it is that's taking up lots of your energy just now. Um, for air, which is, it's the mind, it's the things that we think about, and sometimes it can talk about the difficulties in our life. We've got the Seven of Wands. Okay. So quite a I quite like this card. It's quite a positive card for me. It just kind of talks about, standing your ground. Sometimes we can focus, sometimes we can be tempted to focus on the other ones and what they're doing, So Um, this is the card that sometimes is depicted as like a bunch of people ganging up on one person, but what's important to remember is that one person has the high ground. They've got the kind of the advantageous position. So sometimes we see it as like someone who's literally fighting others and they're on the high ground. Here we see like the six wands here, and then the one wand, the seventh wand in the center. But the seventh wand it's got that fire element, So these ones aren't going to, they're not going to last very long against this one, because that fire is going to take them out of the game. So it still has that high ground. It still has that kind of a power over them. So in terms of the mind, in terms of like kind of difficulties that you've maybe been going through and that are maybe kind of coming up over the next few weeks, I see you being in a really good position. Where what concerns me is the kind of the emotional side, you know, because the emotional side we've got the Five of Cups, and that, excuse me, that can be quite a difficult time to be going through. So what I'm seeing here is that there's quite a lot going on potentially with career. You've got a lot on your mind, and there's potentially quite a lot kind of you're having to withstand a lot from other people. And this overall looks really positive. Do you know what I mean? And you've definitely got what it takes to stand your ground and to fight that fight. But it just feels like maybe when you have that quiet time, maybe when you kind of ruminate on how you're feeling about things, that might be where it hits you and it feels a bit more difficult. Okay. Now, physically, the Earth card, the final one, we've got the Four of Swords, and for me, that's taking a bit of time out. Okay. So I think there's definitely going to have to be some time out, to give yourself some space to kind of have that healing time. Um, you know, Definitely kind of give yourself time to heal from like kind of any emotional backlash, and try and be aware of how things are affecting you emotionally. It's when you're in the heat of things, sometimes it's difficult to know, when everything's just all systems go. We don't really take stock of how it's affecting our emotional well-being, and it's maybe later on when we're trying to get to sleep at night, or we're doing the ironing, or just when we have a quiet moment to ourselves, we kind of start to feel all the feels from it. Because that's when we ruminate on it. That's when we think about you know how it's affecting us. So definitely, I'm thinking as much as this is all really good stuff, I think it's important to have your you time as well, and don't spend too much time kind of fighting this fight, because we don't want it to kind of overpower you, I suppose, and overwhelm you. Um, so yeah, that was your reading for the next 2 weeks, Jen. I hope that that's helpful, and I hope that it resonates. Um, yeah, let me see if you've Regina. I have starred your question, Regina, so I will definitely come to that. Nikki said, I've worked in the NHS, then elderly care, then supported living with learning disabilities, and now working with children, which is just great. Really enjoy it. Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I'm glad. Jen says, makes a lot of sense. Next week should be when I complete what needs to be done for my new practice location. Ah, okay. Okay, so this is the passion project. Um, so that I mean that's looking really good, Jen. Having the star, um, you are the star. Emotion wise, I think reflects more on the boredom of doing the same shit every day whilst I wait. Um, to be able to do face-to-face appointments again, right? Okay. Just going to take a drink because my throat's starting to feel the effects of talking for an hour and a half. Oh, okay, dokes. I'm glad it resonates. I hope that it's helpful. What I would say is just bear in mind the advice of this Four of Swords. Remember to take that time to rest mentally and emotionally from all the stuff that's going on. Um, do something fun, do something random that you normally wouldn't otherwise have done. Just to kind of take the edge off all of the intense work that you've obviously been doing. Um, Hi Stu, how you doing? Lovely to see you. Okay, you're very welcome. Okay, next I've got Kristen. And Kristen has asked for a work-related reading. So that's similar to Nikki. So let's have a look. So a work-related reading for Kristen. Okay. So what do we want Kristen to know about work? Two of Swords. So a bit of indecision am I detecting here? Um, Two of Swords, Daughter of Pentacles, and Six of Swords. Is there a bit of indecision about maybe making a move, making a change, changing your job, changing your location, um, changing the type of work that you do, maybe going for a promotion, any changes. Basically, I'm detecting something changing in your working life, and right now you're really not sure about whether you want to do it. Um, Normally that's what the Two of Swords indicates. It indicates a bit of a stalemate, and we even see this kind of a eclipse effect happening here, where the light of the sun is being blocked out. Um, so when the moon eclipses the sun, it's like our emotions are clouding our judgment. It's clouding our ability to see the truth and see kind of things as they truly are. So the suggestion here might be to kind of take the emotion out of the situation and kind of make a list of pros and cons and see what you want to do. The advice card is the Daughter of Pentacles. Now the daughters are kind of like cages in this deck. And if there's any card in the deck that shows someone embarking on a new career path, I might have said it was the Daughter of Pentacles because they're kind of they're the initiates, they're the students, they're the learners, they're the kind of this new energy and the earth suit, which is all about our physical lives. And quite often it can be talking about our jobs. I mean, our jobs probably take up, well, for me, it's 40 hours out of my week. So how many hours are in a week? It's a good proportion of my week. That's the point that I'm making. So my job is a big part of my pentacles, a big part of my earth. Um, so the Daughter of Pentacles could be indicating to maybe think about going in a new direction. Now that might mean going for a new job, changing jobs altogether. It might be like there's a new opportunity that comes up for you to work on something different within the job that you're in now. But I'm feeling new energy coming in. Six of Swords again. Um, the, the Six of Swords indicates to me that things haven't always been particularly easy in the career, in the career sphere for you. You've maybe coming out of having some real harsh times, or maybe you're still kind of going through some quite difficult times in your job. The Six of Swords is a bit of a promise that things are going to get better. There is going to be kind of that rebalance, that harmonizing. Um, but I think you're being advised to kind of explore this new energy that's around about you just now. Um, and if you take that advice, then we're coming through what's quite a murky, difficult energy, but see this rainbow on top and then the clear skies. Um, Quite often in the Six of Swords, we see someone on a boat, moving to calmer waters, and it's that harmonizing of the mind. It's just that cooling down a bit. Yeah, I definitely see changes. I see new energy for you and that whole career place. And I think you're being encouraged to think about that and to kind of take that on. Let me see what I have been in a holding pattern for at least 2 years at my job. A holding pattern? I'm not really sure what that means. What is a holding pattern? Um, well, I hope that that resonates. I hope that it's helpful. Um, what I would say is if it if you're not really sure, if it doesn't resonate and you're not really sure what it means, that's fine. But be on the lookout for new opportunities around about you. It's never going to do you any harm to do that anyway. But be on the lookout for new opportunities around about you. Okay. And if you're struggling with, if you find yourself in a bit of a stalemate or you feel like you're struggling to make a decision, you know, look out for those new opportunities and take go for them, go for new opportunities where you can. Um, yeah, have that sense of adventure, that enthusiasm that we associate with the pages, or in this case, the daughters. Ah, you've been in line for a promotion. Excellent. Well, maybe that is what this is talking about then. So, yeah, fingers crossed. You can keep us updated. Let us know how you got on. I would be interested. And best of luck. Fingers crossed. I hope that you get your promotion if that's the direction that you want to go in. Yeah, definitely feels as though you're in a stalemate. Right, okay. Next up, unstar this. I'm just going to scroll down the comments. I've got a question from Regina. Okay, Regina says I'm up for a general reading. General reading. So let's pull some cards for Regina. What do we want Regina to know? As much as I like this card stock, it is very hard to fan out sometimes. Oh, that one flew out. Tower, two of pence, nine of pentacles. Okay, this feels like in the recent past you've maybe been through a bit of a drastic change. There's been a high energy situation. Let's put it that way. Um, we've had a bit of a tower moment. That's kind of at the basis for this. Where we find ourselves now is a kind of a bit of a regrouping. It's just kind of a trying to balance things and get things right. Um, you know, uh, Prioritizing is what I associate the two of pentacles with. It's getting our priorities right. It's thinking about everything that we're trying to do and just being like, right, okay, like so often when I talk about this, I liken it to spinning plates. And, you know, I like what I say is, quite often we try and take on too much, and we're trying to keep too many plates spinning at the one time. And my encouragement with this, with the Two of Pentacles, is usually like, you know, prioritize what you've got on and think about, is there anything that you can put to one side for now? What actually I get from this reading, with the Tower being in the kind of a, the basis or the past kind of a position, suggests to me that you've been trying to do too much for a long, long time. And sometimes what happens when we try and do too much and we try and keep all those plates spinning is some of the plates fall. And we're not expecting it. And when that happens, if I'm really riding this analogy into the ground, but stick with me. When the plates fall, you know, it can unsettle us, and it can make some of the other plates fall that we, that wouldn't otherwise have fallen if we just made the decision to put those plates down. Um, so when things happen unexpectedly, sometimes it kind of has a knock-on effect to all of the things that we're trying to do, not just necessarily that thing. That's where I'm going with this. So right now, it feels like that's maybe happened. You've tried to do too much. You've not quite managed it all. There's been a bit of a tower moment. And right now it's just about kind of trying to pick yourself back up, try and like get yourself back, prioritize everything, get everything balanced just right, and um just the physicality of trying to get everything done, trying to do everything, and trying to decide what it is that you need to do, and to do it well. That feels like the stage that you're at. I suppose the positive news here is that, and the kind of a where we're going, the future card is the Nine of Pentacles, and whereas here we see like kind of the chaos and then try to kind of pick ourselves back up from the chaos. Here we see the accomplishment. So it looks as though, as we quite often say with the Tower, as much as it's an irritating card and it can be quite a difficult card to get, often it's these difficult things that happen for a reason. It looks as though that you might start to appreciate, you know, that reason. You might start to appreciate maybe like the universe's plan, because the Nine of Pentacles shows all of your kind of a pentacles arranged nicely, in this kind of a feather basket, or in this shape. They're protected. Everything's very much in order. The colors are all beautiful. And Nine of Pentacles is like kind of enjoying all this. You've worked hard, um, and you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor, basically. What was that random card that flew out? So we got the Hanged Man. So maybe this kind of a situation has it caused you to have to kind of take a different approach, look at things from a different point of view, come at things differently. Um, but it definitely seems to have worked. It seems to kind of um seems to have been quite a positive change, albeit it was, I feel like it's been thrust upon you in a not so nice way. So I've just been talking and talking and talking. I've not been looking at comments to see whether that even makes sense. Um, so you said, "Woohoo! It's me. Thank you. You're very welcome." Um, I hope that that resonates and makes sense with you, Regina. Um, this is the takeaway. This is what I want you to focus on here. Is this? This is the kind of the outcome. This is where things are going, and it's looking great. Okay. Uh, so yeah, things are looking good. It totally makes sense. That's good. I'm glad. Okay, so we caught Nikki's comments. Then Stu came in. Hi, Stu. Doing fine. Hope everyone is doing great. Uh, cool that there are rainbows on both the second and third card, said Donna. Yeah, there's beautiful rainbow colours. I really love the use of colour in this deck. It's quite you know, it, it's not black and white, because obviously there is colour, but sometimes the colours used quite sparingly, and it makes you appreciate it more. You know, when you do see it. Um, Okay, I'm caught up with the chat. Cool. Well, I'm really pleased that my systems, the internet seems to have held up. Uh, that's really good. That's really positive, and hopefully that's us sorted now. As much as we did have a couple of wee lags, it mostly seems to be okay. Um, so yeah, happy days. Any gaming related or themed tarot decks, Chris? Let's see, Diablo, the Sanctuary tarot deck, Stu. I showed this when I was live with Simon. I got this for Christmas. My husband got me it. Um, so I know this is definitely based in a game, albeit I don't actually play the game. But let me just quickly show you it. I'll show you some of the cards. They're massive, by the way, absolutely humongous as compared to the Wild Unknown, which is a more or less standard tarot size. Look how big that beast is. But it's got this kind of a metallic red effect to it, you know, embellishment. And I mean, oh, those are the backs as well. They're kind of a black, but kind of a, you know, what am I trying to say? Like, it's not embossed, is it? But yeah, it has that kind of a shiny effect. Quite dark, and I feel as though a lot of them look like Nazgul from Lord of the Rings. But I'm digging it. I like it. But yeah, that's the only game themed tarot deck that I can think that I've got recently. Um, as fully illustrated, as you can see, quite Rider-Waite-Smith inspired. So yeah, that's Diablo, the Sanctuary tarot deck and guidebook. And I got that from, well, my husband got it from, I think it was Book Depository. Try to see who the creator is. Blizzard Entertainment is mentioned there. Oh, art by Connor Fawcett. Tiny letters. Oh, wait, no, not just Connor. All of these people are the artists. So check it out. Um, Regina says, hooray for tech issues being resolved. Now we can make super secret plans for shenanigans. Yeah, super secret. No one will ever see it coming, Regina. Yeah, I know. I, it's the same. I've said this a million times. I feel almost like I'm making excuses now. Um, but yeah, I need to get in touch with Malamir. I need to get in touch with you. I need to get in touch with Justin. Um, I feel that me and Deanne haven't done anything together in a while, so I'd like to maybe give Deanne a wee shout about going live. I, I need to get my arse in gear is basically what needs to happen. Um, okay, let's pull a card for the weekend, and then I'll let you and go about the rest of your day. Stu, whereabouts are you from? Have I asked that before? Are you based in the UK or are you over in the States or are you somewhere else entirely? Right, card for everyone for the weekend. Send us into the weekend. What can we bear in mind? It's the Two of Swords again. So it's that Two of Swords. So anyone struggling to make a decision or who feels themselves in a bit of a stalemate, a bit of a, just it might be that you're at loggerheads with someone. The two swords could be they're quite often two different points of view. More often than not, though, the two different points of view are going on inside their own head, and it's, we are struggling with the decision about what direction to go in. But like I was saying, the eclipsed sun for me, that's like we see the moon is eclipsing the sun, so the emotional moon is blocking out the sun's kind of a the sun's light, which quite often we associate with truth, with the truth, with understanding, genuine understanding, and being able to see everything, but also healing. The sun, vitamin D. We all need the sun to live. Um, it's where we get heat, energy, all that kind of a lovely stuff. Um, so yeah, quite often our emotions can cloud our judgment, and we can really suffer for it. Um, Two of swords that when we find ourselves in this bit of this kind of a struggle, um, quite often the what we need to do is, you know, it's a lot easier said than done when I say, take the emotion out of it and look at it logically, look at it, make lists and do all that kind of a thing. That's so easy for me to say, and I don't want to come across like a dick when I'm saying it. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes a two of swords, one person's two of swords situation might be really tough. Might be one of the most difficult things that they've been through in their life. You know, so I don't say it lightly, um, but you know, I I do feel that what this is indicating is that our emotions are making it more difficult for us. Okay. Start off with being aware of that. Have a think about how your emotions are affecting your situation. Okay. The first step to taking the emotion out of it and putting our emotions behind us, or however you want to say it, the first step is actually to realize how our emotional selves are impacting the situation. So let's start there. Let's do that this weekend. Okay. Um, and yeah, uh, I suppose what comes next is the clash, isn't it? It's the difficult punt forward that we sometimes see in the three of it's the ripping off of the band-aid or the plaster that we see in the three of swords. That's kind of the ultimate solution to the stalemate of the two. It's that difficult clash that at one point or another we're probably going to have to undergo. But for now, let's be kind to ourselves. Let's think about our emotions, and can we, you know, can we look objectively at it? If we can't ourselves, then why not pull on someone else for a bit of help? You know, someone you can trust. Speak to one of your friends. Ask them what do they think about the situation. Get another point of view. There we go. Got to leave it there. Otherwise, I'll end up rabbiting on. Stu is based in the UK. Based, lives in the UK in Derby. Nice. I just wasn't sure. I was curious. Um, oh, Caroline's just popped in. Hi, Caroline. It's lovely to see you. Just finishing up. I've just pulled the card for the end of the live, so I'm sorry that I've missed you, but thanks for popping in and saying hi. Jane says, always grateful when I get to catch you live. Thanks again for the reading. Sending big love. Um, Sending big love to you as well, Jen. Good luck with setting up the new practice. And yeah, hopefully be able to catch you again soon. Okay, Laurie says, glad you have the tech stuff sorted. See you next week or in chat somewhere. Have a great weekend, everyone. Love to all. He says, thanks, Chris. Enjoyed your live. Thanks for my reading. So glad I managed to catch you. Have a wonderful weekend. You too, Nikki. Thank you very much for popping in. Thanks everyone who's asked a question. I really appreciate it. Because this is, you know, reading cards and stuff is what I really, really enjoy doing. That's why I started my channel, because I really enjoy reading cards. Um, so when I get to do that, it always makes me happy. So thank you to you and to everyone else who asked a question. Right, guys, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. Have an amazing weekend. Take care. And I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.